Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Spin Fishing series. So, today we are back over at Belaya. I did check out Winding before coming here looking for feeder leaders. They did not have any 5 kilogram feeder leaders over at um, Winding. So, I came over here to Belaya, and they did have the 5 kilogram feeder leaders for about 7 silver. So, I went ahead and bought 2 of them, and our spinning rod that we put in for upgrade is still being upgraded. And if you look in your inventory, you can hover over the icon here and it'll tell you that we have 17 in-game hours left. So again, we will not have that rod today at all, but I want to go ahead and put the 5.4 kilogram leader on the rod that we have left. I decided not to upgrade this rod or this reel to a 5 kilogram reel as well. I think I want to save my silver to get a better reel and rod combo rather than upgrading both of the two Lacertes we have. So we'll go ahead and cast that one out behind us, and we'll go ahead and see what we can get here at Belaya today. There is a 6 perch order that is up at the cafe, so if we can get that, I would be okay with that. Wasn't significant. It was pretty small perch, so wasn't a significant profit. That's really my plan for today. Is let's spend some time letting that reel upgrade and do our typical fishing here at Belaya. See if we can't make back some of the silver we've spent today and yesterday. And first fish of the day is a small brown trout, 120 experience points. It is in the middle of the day. Let's switch over to the green spiker. Immediate bite there. Ooh, someone just pulled in a nice brown trout. 1.2 kilogram brown trout to get to level 13. Small grayling. Sounds like something's on our bottom rod. Maybe. Maybe not. So far, been pretty small fish. I think that perch is even too small for the small perch order. Alright, now whatever has been biting on the bottom rod is definitely on there. Of course, as I say that, the rod stops jingling. Nothing major over here either. Tiny common roach. I'll go ahead and risk it and throw out wet bread. The reason I say risk it is if you missed the last episode, we actually got spooled by a fish on that exact setup that ran way up the river. Biggest fish so far and still not impressive. May have to move if we don't get anything decent here shortly. Speaking of getting spooled by a big fish, on both sides, I didn't turn up the friction brake on the bottom rod. Pull this one in real quick. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear the bottom rod's friction brake just spinning. Good news is it stopped when I turned it up to 28. But it's still trying to pull. So I'm using the rod here. The reason I'm not facing close to directly to the water is I'm using the flex of the rod to provide some tension against the fish. Got a ways to go. We may at least figure out what this fish is. I never saw the one that spooled us by the time I was able to pull it out of the water, or by the time I was able to get on the rod, pick it up, get a recording going, because I wasn't recording at the exact moment whatever bit it. It was gone. We may not see it until I pull it up on land, but I think we'll at least see what this fish is. Unless it pops a hook. Looks like a big common. Yep, 2.9 kilo common carp. Qualified for catch 30 types of fish and 75. And that was right about the max of what this rod can deal with. Got a 3.8 kilo reel on it, so that fish definitely was pulling over 3.8 kilograms for a little bit. So we'll risk it, toss it back in with wet bread again, and go back to spin fishing this side. And that is a small common carp. If you look at weekly common carp records, just to give you an idea, 39 kilos. And Belaya all-time common carp records, 21 kilos. And that was a 2.9 kilo. That is a small fish. Kind of confirms what I was thinking, that whatever spooled us yesterday was a common carp. And honestly, I don't think that fish is worth a whole lot of silver either. We'll see. Today really for me is more just letting that reel that we are upgrading finish upgrading. Anything we catch is kind of bonus as long as we make more than about 17 silver. About, probably closer to 18 silver really. About 9 silver to come to Belaya. So I debated staying at Winding or Mosquito, but I figured we could make enough to warrant coming back here. And this grayling should do that. It should get this grayling will probably cover a one-way trip here, and then some. So, 1.1 kilo grayling, 2,000 experience points. Finally, a decent quality fish. A little bit concerned about today. I did not look. Well, I looked at the cafe, but I don't remember a big common carp or a medium small common carp. Big for our equipment common carp order out there. I also don't remember seeing a rough order for night fishing either. Tiny grayling. nibbling on the bottom rod. I think it might actually be on now. Couldn't really tell just looking at the line if something was on, so if you pick it up and press R, then Romeo or radio, get that. Now the reel handle rotation speed is selected automatically, which tells you there is a fish on. Small common roach, not quite a marker. You press that R when there's not a fish on. That's how you change your rotational speed. I tend to use a rotational speed of 25. Sometimes I'll go faster. Usually 25 is what I end up setting it at. Right. That's back-to-back casts without anything, so let's try the darker spiker. Come on, game. You're gonna be like this to me today, aren't you? I was looking at an email for work and look up and immediately see me get snagged. Marker roach. Hit control instead of shift. Control is a fairly new concept, actually added at the same time. They added the new tutorial system that we started this series for, so earlier this month, where you can slow how quickly your casting power goes up by holding control. Shift makes it go up as fast as it can, or as high as it can instantly. So I was trying to yeet my fade out as far as I could and hit control instead of shift on my keyboard. And you unlock that, I think, at 50% of any medium efficient. So fortunately, I may have to log out here to free this up. I don't want to go any harder than that. Watching to see what this line does. Still have time on this, right? Yeah. We'll have 9 hours. Well, someone might have pulled in the common carp that spooled us, and someone just got a 4.2 kilo carp. All right, I'm gonna log out real quick to free that snag, just so we don't lose the lure. So I'll be right back. And we're back in game here. So let's take a quick look at the cafe while we're up here. So it's 6 200-gram perch. We have not caught a single one of them, and it's a 12 or 11.5 kilo common carp order. So didn't get that, just out of curiosity. That big common carp was 2.6, and big grayling was 12. So a little bit of a slow day so far at 21 silver, but we can make do with that. So I am going to just toss this back out on this side. I'm going to come back over here from that rock just because the rock was a little bit slow. We'll see if anything's different. And I'm going to come over to this spot. We fished here many times as well. But we're fishing down at that rock right there before we got snagged. I don't know if it's going to make I don't know when I muted. I just looked up. So we're back in here. I did come over to this rock instead of where we had been fishing. Did get a 1 kilo grayling there, so that's another 10 silver in the bank. Took a look over at the fish market, and with what we had so far, the big grayling we had was about 12, and the common carp that we had caught, the 2 kilo common carp, was only 2.5 silver. So we were at about 20 overall. Probably with this fish, we'll be at about 40 overall. So far, I'm kind of happy I came over here. And I'm starting to hear a bite on the bottom rod, but I'd already cast this out, so we'll see. I did not turn up the friction brake over on bottom rod. It's still at 16 or whatever the default is. I usually like to keep it around 20. That way there's still some resistance when you grab the fish, but it's not likely to surge as much. Last minute fish. I don't know if you saw that fish spawn, bite it at the last second there. I think there's a fish on. There's a fish on. That's a reasonable gibble, I think. Yep. Marker gibble. Nice amount of experience at 69 XP. And almost up to 16% on bottom fishing. Eh, small fish. But a fish. Chub. 29% on spinning. Another bite on the bottom rod. Doesn't sound like anything too major, though. Yep, nothing too special here. Roach. Not even a marker roach. But that did get us up to 16% spin fish, or bottom fishing. Pretty quick bite, it sounded like. At least nibble on the bottom rod there. And a good fish over here. Another probably kilo-ish fish. Thinking grayling, but I haven't seen the fin. There's the fin. So probably another grayling, probably another about a kilo, maybe a little bit less. And probably a kilo with that dive there, though. 1.2, 2,000 experience points. So another 12-ish silver on that fish. So we spent 15 silver plus 9 to get here. So we spent 23 silver today. We've definitely made that back. We've made back the price of the upgrade of the reel. That's still in flight. because I was about another 20. So that's probably where we are break even wise. We still have the. We did buy a new line last episode, so pretty much all we're waiting for is that uh, reel, and we'll have a full setup again. And this time with a fluorocarbon leader as well. And this one, at least initially, I'm not going to upgrade. I'm going to see if I can save up enough silver to buy a better reel, even more than the 5.3 that we can upgrade the Lacertes to. Marker Gibble. Definitely think we may be able to buy one new rod and reel combo before going to quarry. 90% sure we will get one. I don't think we'll get two though. Just a guess. If each of the greylings we've been getting that are over a kilo are about 2,000 experience points. And they're about 10 silver each. So we've got 40,000 experience points right now. So there's 200 silver to level up. Right? Am I doing math right? While fishing and talking. And silver, 2,000 experience. We need, we need 20. Each one of them would be 10. Yeah, that would be about 200 silver. Seemed low to me. And when we were poking around yesterday, I think the new blessed game does not want to be nice to me at Belaya the past couple of days. Ooh, that was a little closer than I wanted to be. Got it. Ooh, got it freed. Nice. Was just about to give up on it. Actually just gonna cut it and call it a day and just wait for the rod or the reel upgrade to finish off camera. I mean, it is night fishing, so don't expect anything major here. I may throw out the kilo once or twice. Don't get snagged again. Don't get snagged again. Good lord. Try the dark Aquilas. I got something small there. Looks like a chub. Yep, small chub. And it is just after midnight, so it'll make an easy calculation here. About 3:20, we should be able to go back to Mosquito if we wanted to and get that reel back. I think it actually pops up a notification, but I can't 100% remember. Decent fish here, though. The way it's moving around, I don't think it's a grayling. It's either a chub or an asp, but of course it decides to pop its head above water and it's a grayling. But I'll take it because that's just shy of a kilo, 1,500 experience points. Still probably about 10 silver there, though. I am glad I moved down here, though. Just realized I hadn't heard the bottom rod in a little bit. Wanted to come check on it. Make sure there wasn't an obvious big fish on it. Or obvious small fish. Possible there's a gudgeon or a ruff on it. Got big enough hooks that it's unlikely, but it's possible. And sometimes they're small enough to not actually ring the bells. And medium-sized fish here. Yeah, smaller than I thought it was, though. 29.2 spin fishing on a small chub. Good fish. Yeah, this is a good fish. Definitely putting some wear We're at 3% wear on the reel right now. I want to see where we end up when it's all said and done, assuming we don't get spooled. Did just hear it jump there, so that's making me think this is a chub or an asp. I don't know if you all could hear it. I could just barely hear it out of my left ear. Basically heard a plunk of the fish going back in the water. Ah, fish got off. Frick. That was a good one. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. Pull this thing in, whatever it is. Roach. Oh, another gibble. On my luck, I'm going to get snagged here. Part of why I'm going as fast as I can is to hopefully slide it through everything. Nice. That's unfortunate. Didn't do too much wear, though. Friction brakes at 1.2. Interesting, the grease is what's getting worn out the most. It's not what I expected to see. Usually it's my friction brake that I wear out the most. Decent fish here. Quite as big as the last one, though. But it's a grayling, and it's probably a kilo, so probably another 10 silver. And a little bit short. It is after 3 o'clock, so our reel should be available. Yep, workshop is complete over at Mosquito. Here we go again. This one feels a little smaller than the last one. I can get it above water here. Got it. Almost. That's a good grayling. Probably 1.6 is my guess. Or 2. Or 2. 3,500 experience points. Nice fish. Nice fish. We'll go a little bit longer here and then go back over to Mosquito, pick up our newly upgraded reel, put it on the bottom rod that we currently don't have in the water. I'll probably reorder the bottom rods right now. The one that we do have in the water is my number 1 rod. I'll probably put the upgraded reel and that has the upgraded line and all that. I'll probably put that over on rod 1. Just switch the rod so that I can easily press the buttons. That way, when we're trolling, rod 1 would be the best one. Let's go back to Mosquito, pick everything up here. I could pull everything off this rod and put all the stuff that's over on the other rod in. But what's easier to do is just put it away, hold U. Actually, I like to keep it out. That way I know which one I have. So hold U, click the X's. I want this one to be rod 2, and I want that one to be rod 1. So we'll go back over to Mosquito here. We'll run over to the workshop and pick up our newly upgraded rod and reel. And since we're here and it's after midnight, grab some free food. I did eat either here or Winding before I went out to Belaya yesterday. Yesterday in game, I guess. So come over here to the workshop. This building on the map right here. And we get our Lacerti 4000S back. So we'll put it on this rod. So now we've got a 5.4 kilo rod. We got 5 kilo line, which is actually a little bit smaller than I would like. We'll put a sinker on here. Put a leader on here. Put a 16. We'll go ahead and put a size 1 hook on here. With some semolina because we have it. And let's run over here and give it a little bit of a try. So obviously Mosquito's not the best lake for fin fishing. It's more of a bottom fishing lake than it is a spin fishing lake, but toss the 2 bottom rods out. And I'll come over here. Just cast the spin rod out, see if we get anything. Anything possible for chub, possible for perch, pike. Might be asp here. I don't think so, though. I'd be chub. Pike. Even pike is kind of a stretch based on the lure we've got. Perch have interestingly been a lot of bottom fishing here too. Yeah, that's not surprising since this is a bottom fishing lake. I forgot to sell my fish at Belaya. I meant to do that before I came. This is not the upgraded reel. Fish got away. Alright. Mosquito doesn't want to be nice to me. Figured I'd give it a try while I'm here, but using a size 1 hook, not entirely surprised I didn't get a quick bait, or quick bite. So we'll go back over to Belaya, sell our fish, which I meant to do before coming over, and see what we ended up with for the day. I'm gonna guess around 80 silver. Perch, white bream eyed, yeah. So nothing on the orders there. As far as ordering by price, 23 on that 2 kilo grayling. We're probably over 80. How about 110 on 27 fish? Nice. Small brown trout wasn't worth anything. All the chub really not worth anything. Like common carp had 2.9 kilos, was only worth 2.6. Roach got one marker at 1.6, otherwise not a whole lot. Gibble, again, 2 markers, not worth a whole lot either of them, but still almost 2 silver there. Worthless perch. And grayling got 104 silver on. And our markers were 103. Basically 104 of that 104. So looks like anything over about 800, 850 is going to be 10 silver. So this one definitely helps. So definitely a good day. Got 419 silver in the bank. And that goes a long way to getting us upgraded for quarry. We still have a ways to go from a level perspective for quarry. Quarry's level 16. So we need another 33,000 experience to get to 15, and then probably another, I'm going to say 75 after that. So got a ways to go, but today turned out pretty well. So I appreciate everyone watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. And tight lines and have a good one. Bye bye now.